Hello, you're kicking off the Thursday's edition of QPVN English News Bulletin. You're with Milinchi and here come the headlines. Youth key force for national development. Army Corps 12 urged to become highly skilled, compact and strong. Vietnam International Defense Expo 2024 opens. On the morning of December the 18th, the Vietnam Youth Federation convened its 9th National Congress for the 2024-2029 tenure. General Secretary Tô Lâm delivered a speech at the Congress. In his speech at the Congress, General Secretary Tô Lâm stated that the party and the state always place profound trust in the youth, putting them at the center of many major issues of the country, also a key factor in shaping the national future. The growth of the youth means the success of the party, the victory of the revolutionary cause, the longevity of the nation. The party and the state always pay special attention to the youth and youth activities. After more than 68 years of development under the leadership of the Communist Party of Vietnam, with the core political role of the Ho Chi Minh Communist Youth Union, the Vietnam Youth Federation has now become a broad social organization of youth and patriotic Vietnamese youth organizations following Ho Chi Minh thought and the ideals of the Communist Party of Vietnam, uniting all classes of Vietnamese youth at home and abroad, to strive for the ideal of national independence and socialism, for the goal of prosperity, democracy, fairness, civilization, happiness, and progress. On December the 18th, President Lương Cường, Chairman of the Council of National Defense and Security and the Commander-in-Chief of the Vietnamese People's Armed Forces, inspected combat readiness status at Army Corps 12. President Cường praised the mission performance of Army Corps 12 after more than 1 year since its establishment towards highly skilled, compact and strong. The unit has quickly stabilized its organization with solidarity and proactively coordinated with local party committees and authorities. It promptly developing and providing new combat plans based on its entrusted tasks and strategic disposition, while maintaining military discipline and improving training and combat readiness capacity. President Cường requested that in the coming term, the unit should focus on the successful implementation of the goals and tasks set out by the 13th National Party Congress and the resolution of the 11th Military Party Congress and the comprehensive preparation for the Party Congress at all levels for the 2025-2030 tenure. On the morning of December the 19th, the Vietnam International Defense Expo 2024 officially kicked off in a grand ceremony at Salam Airport in Long Biên District, Hanoi. Attending the opening ceremony were Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, Permanent Deputy Prime Minister Nguyễn Hòa Bình, General Phan Văn Giang, Minister of National Defense, General Lương Tam Quang, Minister of Public Security, Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the General Political Department of the Vietnam People's Army, and Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs Bùi Thanh Sơn. The event also saw the participation of leaders from the party, state, military, central agencies, along with leaders of defense forces from other countries, as well as representatives from defense enterprises and units participating in the exhibition. Organized by the Ministry of National Defense, the Vietnam International Defense Expo 2024 aims to share achievements and experiences in the research, production and use of defense equipment while promoting cooperation in defense industry among the participating countries. The event is also one of the key activities commemorating the 80th anniversary of the establishment of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th anniversary aimed the whole People Defense Festive Day. The opening ceremony set the tone with an impressive performance of over 2,000 officers, soldiers and artists from the Vietnam People's Army. The program blended traditional and modern elements featuring martial displays, music and dance. Through these performances, Vietnam introduced its rich cultural heritage and expressed its commitment to peace, cooperation and development on the global stage. The highlight of the ceremony was an aerial performance by military helicopters carrying the Vietnamese national flag, followed by the thrilling maneuvers and countermeasure flares of Su-30 Mk2 Cobra fighter jets over the grandstand, set to inspiring music, martial arts demonstrations by commanders, bodyguard dog training, and synchronized flag performances underscored the strength, discipline, and pride of the Vietnam People's Army. The This display celebrated the 80 years of growth, combat, victory, and maturity of the Vietnam People's Army. Occupying an expansive area of over 200,000 square meters, the exhibition features more than 430 booths showcasing modern defense technologies and equipment. The displays highlight innovations developed by Vietnam defense industry, as well as defense products from other countries. Running from December the 19th to the 22nd, the exhibition opens to the public starting at 9 a.m. on December the 21st, offering an opportunity for visitors to witness the cutting-edge achievements of the defense industry. On December the 18th, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính visited and worked with the Military Technical Academy on the occasion of the 80th founding anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army and the 35th Whole People National Defense Festive Day. Tasked with training and scientific research with a focus on key tasks in the 2025-2030 period, the Academy has effectively implemented its mission of conducting fundamental research, mastering core technologies, developing technical materials, and equipping technology for training and ensuring technical support. This effort aims to improve the quality of training, combat readiness, the zero transformation, and the development and transfer of technology both domestically and internationally. During the meeting, the Prime Minister acknowledged and highly praised the achievements of the Military Technical Academy in education, training, and scientific research over the years. He encouraged the Academy's faculty and students to explore new directions for scientific and technological research to ensure effectiveness and dual-use capabilities. The Prime Minister emphasized the need for the Academy and other military research institutions to focus on key fields such as artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and cloud computing. These institutions should not only focus on studying, analyzing, and transferring technology, but also conduct independent research and innovation. He also highlighted the importance of continuing to train personnel for the semiconductor industry to serve the nation's needs. In terms of human resources, the Prime Minister noted that while the people are the same, there needs to be a shift in mindset, fostering creativity, long-term vision, and bold ambitions. He stressed the importance of aligning research closely with the scientific and technological strategies of the state and the Ministry of National Defense, as well as with the practical needs of military units and society. During the working visit to Vietnam on the afternoon of December the 18th, Senior Lieutenant Kham Liang Son, Minister of National Defense of Laos and high-ranking delegation of the Lao People's Army, paid a courtesy visit to Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính affirmed that Vietnam always treasures the special relationship with Laos, including the special relationship between the two countries' militaries. The presence of a high-ranking delegation of the Lao People's Army on the occasion of the 80th anniversary of the founding of the Vietnam People's Army, the 35th anniversary of the Whole People Defense Festive Day, and the Vietnam International Defense EXPO 2024 demonstrates the closeness and constant support between the two sides. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính hopes that the two militaries will continue to cement solidarity and cooperation to improve defense capacity, share experiences in building theories and military arts, coordinate to protect the shared border peace and stability, actively contributing to the construction and development of the material and spiritual life of the people in border areas. On December the 18th in Hanoi, General Phan Van Gia, Minister of National Defense, presided over the welcome ceremony and held talks with Senior Lieutenant General Kham Liang Son, Minister of National Defense of Laos, who is on an official visit to Vietnam. The two ministers agree that the defense cooperation between Vietnam and Laos has recently made great and substantial results, becoming one of the important pillars of the Vietnam-Laos bilateral relations. The 5-year implementation of the Defense Cooperation Protocol in the period of 2020-2024 between the two countries' militaries of national defense have reaped important results, including high strategic political trust, tightened solidarity, and closer relationship between the two countries' militaries. Mr. Giang and Lao counterpart assessed that the second Vietnam-Laos border defense friendship exchange held last October in the border area of the La province of Vietnam and Hua Phan province of Laos has exerted positive impact on the solidarity and mutual support between the two parties, states, militaries, local authorities, and peoples of Vietnam and Laos. He congratulated the Lao Ministry of National Defense for successfully organizing the ASEAN Defense Ministers meeting, the ASEAN Defense Minister Meeting Plus, together with meetings between ASEAN and its partners, making important contributions to the success of Laos ASEAN Chairmanship Year 2024, by further strengthening the solidarity and central role of ASEAN and enhancing Laos' position in the international arena. At the end of the talks, the two ministers witnessed the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding on Cooperation in Building Military Defense Laws. Coming up next, second Vietnam Coast Guard and Friends Exchange Program kicks off in Hanoi. Winners of Press Awards on Gender Equality in 2024 honored. Within the framework of the second Vietnam Coast Guard and Friends Exchange Program on December 18th in Hanoi, General Phan Van Gia, Minister of Defense, Reup heads of maritime law enforcement forces. General Zhang stressed that the participation of heads of maritime law enforcement forces of various countries is a manifestation of solidarity and the spirit of promoting cooperation to maintain peace, stability, and safety and freedom of navigation and aviation at sea. That is the aspiration and legitimate interests of all countries in the region and the world. Vietnam affirms its consistent stance on the importance of peace, stability, security, and safety of navigation and aviation in the sea, internationally known as South China Sea, and that all disputes and agreements must be resolved in accordance with international law. On the same morning, the exchange program officially kicked off in Hanoi. The maritime law enforcement forces of Cambodia, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam participated along with the Japan International Cooperation Agency and the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. After the opening ceremony, the Vietnam Coast Guard hosted receptions and meetings with other countries' Coast Guard forces. At the meeting with the Indonesian Coast Guard and the Philippine Coast Guard, Commander of the Vietnam Coast Guard affirmed that cooperation between maritime law enforcement forces in the region is increasingly developing. The exchange activities, visits, job tours, and training between the three units have been organized more frequently with diverse content. Bilateral working sessions with the Cambodian National Committee for Maritime Security, the Thai Maritime Enforcement Command Center, and the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency took place on the same day. On December 18th, Senior Lieutenant General Trịnh Văn Quyết, Chairman of the Geopolitical Department of the Vietnam People's Army, met with Corps General Alvaro Lopez Miera, the Minister of Cuban Revolutionary Armed Forces, at the Cuban delegation, visiting Vietnam to attend the 80th founding anniversary of the Vietnam People's Army, the 35th anniversary of the Whole People Defense Festive Day, and the Vietnam International Defense Expo 2024. General Quyết highly appreciated the two sides' coordination and effective implementation of cooperation on party and political work over the time. The two generals expressed their consensus that in the coming term, the two sides will actively implement the Memorandum of Understanding on cooperation and experience sharing in the fields of party and political work in the military, promote dissemination activities to celebrate the 65th founding anniversary of Vietnam-Cuba diplomatic relations, December 2nd, 1960-2025, with 2025 identified by senior leaders of the two countries as the Vietnam-Cuba Friendship Year, thereby helping the people of the two countries and international friends, especially the young generation, to better understand the special tradition relationship between Vietnam and Cuba. On December 18th in Hanoi, the Vietnam Women's Union, in partnership with UN Women and the Vietnam Journalists Association, hosted the award ceremony for the 2024 National Press Awards on Gender Equality. The award is held in response to the National Action Month for Gender Equality and Gender-Based Violence Prevention and Response. It's also within the strategic partnership framework of the Vietnam Women's Union and UN Women to promote gender equality activities, empowering women and ending gender-based violence against women and girls in Vietnam by affirming the role of the press and media in building a just and progressive society and a safe environment for women and children. This year, a total of 24 works across 4 categories, print, online, radio, and television, were honored along with 3 press and media agencies with the largest number of entries. The work Women, Peace and Security of the Army Broadcasting Center was awarded the B Prize in the television category. It is the end of the election news bulletin today. You can always watch our news again at QPVN.vn. For now, goodbye and see you next time.